Have you ever tried to grow microgreens? Well, this self-watering kit just might make your life much easier. Hey Provident Preppers, I'm Kylene, and today I'm really excited because True Leaf Market sent me a couple of self-watering microgreen kits, and I'm excited because microgreens are one of those things that you can grow indoors in a very short period of time and have some really nutritious greens to be able to eat. Now these little trays are kind of interesting. So they've got these little wicks. You've got the bigger tray and it fits right into here. And the wicking system makes it so that it is self-watering. So really quick, I'm just gonna show you how we're gonna make these. Now, this kit comes with these 4 pucks. These are little soil pucks. Microgreens, you can grow them in a bunch of different things, but these pucks are just really easy. We're just gonna drop them in the water and watch them expand while we finish this. Now, it's gonna take 1 cup. We're gonna put 1 cup in the bottom of each of these. And this is 2 cups. There we go. And we're gonna put 2 cups in each of the bottoms of these. Sorry, I can't do math. And then just make sure that those little wicks are all down inside there, just like that. Okay, so it's 1 soil puck to 1 cup water. So I'm just mixing this up to make sure that we've got it really nice and well hydrated. Looks good. And then I'm going to fill the tray. Okay, and then once we've evenly distributed these, you can see how the wicks are working underneath. That's so cool. But you want to take an entire packet of these seeds and spread on top. Microgreens are really densely planted. This one is actually sunflower seeds. And this one is cilantro. So we're just going to sprinkle these seeds, really nice thick layer of seeds. Once we've sprinkled the seeds in, we're gonna cover this with plastic wrap. And what that does is it creates a little greenhouse effect and will help with the germination. Oops. And now we'll place them in a sunny window and let them grow. Now, True Leaf Market also makes a different variety of self-watering microgreen kits. This one has these little wood confettis, and that's what you're using instead of soil. Now, quite frankly, you can use anything that you want. Well, not anything, but you could use a regular potting mix. I wouldn't do anything that had a fertilizer in it, but it would be really simple to be able to do that with just regular soil. The thing about this is that it keeps it all really clean, and that's really nice. So again, we've got these little cute little self-watering trays, and we're gonna put 2 cups of water in each tray, and then we're gonna put the little sprouting tray on top. Oops, I'm spilling. Okay, so now they're both there. Then we're gonna take and we're gonna put some of these wood shavings in each one. And now we'll take, let's save that, the sprayer. Kind of help to hydrate these wood chips because everything needs to be better, right? But this This confetti is really kind of cool. Okay, now that it's nice and moistened, we get to add our seeds. So this one is radish. And we're going to pour the whole packet on there. It seems like so many seeds to me. I might have put a little bit too much confetti in here. We want to distribute them as evenly as possible. All right, and then let's see, what's this one? Spicy salad mix, radish, mustard. How about this one? This is basic salad mix. All right, and all these seeds once again. Spreading them as evenly as we can. And we're gonna mist them with this little mister that's provided. It's really kind of cool. And then cover them with the plastic wrap. Now we're gonna keep them covered for 2 or 3 days just until they start to germinate. And then we will remove it so that they can get air. If we leave it on, that wouldn't be a good thing. But right now, it really helps with the germination process. Okay, so the self-watering trays are a fantastic concept. And sometimes I think it's good to really look at our options. So if you have the resources to go ahead and buy those, they're reusable and that's really cool. But if you don't, maybe there's a good solution. This is actually just a container that muffins came from Costco, and I separated the top from the bottom, and then I poked holes in here and took a cotton shoelace and just put the shoelace in here so that you can see how some of it hangs down. I don't know for sure how well this is gonna work, but you know what? It's just worth a try. And we talked about you can use regular potting soil. I wouldn't use anything that had the fertilizer in it because we're talking about little seedlings and their roots can be burned very, very quickly. So we want to be careful about that. Now, these are just some pots. Again, they're from Mountain Valley Seed or True Leaf Market. And these, you mix each one of these with 1/3 of a cup of water. And just, whoops, let's separate them. So we'll just watch those rehydrate while I put this in. So this is left over from that other kit. And it's just something for the roots to grow in, right? That allows them plenty of, you can't use anything compacted. They need plenty of room to grow and to stretch their little roots so that they can grow. But we don't need much soil in here because they're not going to be growing for very long, right? We're going to harvest them after a little bit, maybe a week. We'll do the harvesting, maybe a little bit longer depending on what we want. But so these, it doesn't take very long for these to absorb the water. It's kind of nice, but like I said, it is absolutely not necessary. Okay, so now it's all nice and hydrated. And we're just gonna fill this pan just a little bit with it. Make sure that we spread it all out nice and evenly. Things that hurt microgreens are, they'll go moldy if they don't have enough airflow. So they really need some good airflow and they need some sunshine. So whether you have them under lights or just in a sunny window like we're gonna put them in, that's really important. So let's see, ooh, peas. This is really fun. We're just gonna sprinkle them on top. And I'm gonna, because this tray is so much larger, I'm gonna do half. Oh no, escape seeds. I'm gonna do half on one side and then grow another something on the other side. Let's see, what is this one? Ooh, ruby red Swiss chard. Swiss chard is just really, really good. So we'll put these in here. It's a lot of seeds. All right. So now we're just gonna cover this with the plastic wrap and put it in the window. And in 2 or 3 days, we're gonna take that plastic wrap off, and I'm gonna keep you posted on how these are growing. And now the microgreens are all tucked in and ready to grow. Okay, so it's been a few weeks, and the microgreens actually look really good. They were in the window in my solarium, and it's been really cold over the Christmas holiday, and so they haven't received quite as much light as I would have hoped. And also it's pretty cold in there because there's no heater and we didn't do a fire or anything. So the greens are actually really pretty. Now, these are pea shoots, right? And you can tell they've grown significantly more than the little chard that's right next to them. And so what I'm gonna do with these, now it's kind of funny because who would have ever thought that we'd be eating peas, right? Just like that. And it's surprisingly tasty. Now these, I probably should have harvested them when they were just a little bit younger than this. Because right now they're starting to taste a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, like starchy sort of, but they're beautiful. Now this is the watering tray that's just made out of an old, I think there were muffins in here if I remember right. So it just had muffins in it. Okay, so I've harvested the little pea shoots, and this self-watering tray actually worked really well. It was just really simple. It's not as sturdy as these that we got from True Leaf. These are more sturdy, they're designed, but these cost money and this one was free. So in a way, I really like this one. But I've harvested all these peas and they look beautiful. But I'm going to let all of this grow longer because the chard is nowhere near ready to harvest, right? But I might get a second crop out of some of the peas that haven't quite germinated yet. So that looks really good. Now this is pretty. This is a red radish. And it was actually really spicy. So that's something that John's gonna like, I think more than I like. And then this one is just a lettuce mixture. And it's way yummy. The cilantro, even though cilantro is supposed to grow in cool weather, it didn't germinate till later, and I had a little bit of problem. If you look really closely here, you can see that there's a little bit of mold. And so what I did for that is I just sprayed it with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide mixed in with water, just 3%, because that's what I do a lot on my plants if I see any kind of mold. And it looks like this is gonna do just fine, but it's definitely more with the chard. It's taking a while to germinate. Now, this is the one that really surprised me. So these are sunflower shoots. I didn't think I'd like them. And I think these are actually my favorite. Again, they tasted better a few days ago than they taste right now. But I really like these. Now, the problem that I have with microgreens is that they take a lot of seed. And everything that we do, I want it to be sustainable, right? I want to be able to just grow it over and over again and not have any problems with it. It takes so many seeds that you're really going to have to either stock up on them, or you're going to have to save your own seeds and grow the plants that you want to sprout into microgreens in your garden during the year, which with The chard, that's no problem. Chard's so easy to let it go to seed and you get lots of seeds. And the same thing with the sunflowers. I think I could totally do that. But some of these others, it would be a little bit more challenging. This book by Elizabeth Millard, I bought it. I rarely ever buy books. I usually get them at garage sales or thrift stores or something. But I really wanted this one that she had written on indoor kitchen gardening. And she's got a really good section in it on how to grow microgreens and when to harvest them. And in this book, she talks about how you don't have to buy expensive microgreen seeds because you can grow microgreens with any seeds. And I think that's one of the things that's really important to remember. While I have this super cool soil, I love the wood chips that we did. They're so clean and nice. But one of the things she was talking about is that you can use any good garden soil, right? Any good potting soil without fertilizers in it to grow your microgreens. So this doesn't have to be expensive. And with the self-watering trays, these from True Leaf, seriously, they're really cool trays. But you can do something that doesn't cost any money. So there's a whole bunch of ways to go about it, but definitely you might want to check out Elizabeth Millard's book, Indoor Kitchen Gardening, Turn Your Home into a Year-Round Vegetable Garden. Because she's got some great ideas in there and she really focuses on just some of this stuff. Now, I finished the first harvest off of the microgreens, and that might be all I get on some of these, but I'm gonna put them back in the windowsill and see if I can get a little bit of a second crop. I love how these trays are self-watering. During the whole process, I only needed to fill them up twice, which means that it's super easy to grow and you don't have to worry about them on a regular basis. But one of the reasons why microgreens are so beneficial in some type of a survival situation is because suddenly you take seeds that if you were just going to eat them would definitely provide some nutrition. But once you sprout them, they just exponentially are able to provide you with more nutrients, especially some of the ones that you wouldn't normally be able to get, like the vitamin C, and there's vitamin E and K, and a whole bunch of really good vitamins in this. So this is definitely one option that you have. Sprouting is another, and we'll talk about that in another video. Sprouting is super easy, takes a lot less time and a lot less resources, but still, once again, it takes a lot of seeds. Growing microgreens was really fun. And I can see how in a survival situation, it might be very beneficial if you have an abundance of seeds. And that definitely is your limiting factor, because the amount of seeds that I used here for this Swiss chard will provide only, a small bowl. And yet if I were to take it in the garden, I would be able to have rows of Swiss chard and produce this massive amount. But that takes being outside and space to do that. And this only takes a little tiny space and a sunny window. That's it. One quick tip from Elizabeth in her book is that when she stores her microgreens, she puts them in little glass mason jars, and they will store for weeks in the refrigerator at just this perfect point. And now for the question of the day. What experience do you have growing microgreens? What are your favorite seeds to turn into microgreens? Let me tell you, I was really surprised with the sunflower seeds, how absolutely delicious they are. So share with us, what tips and tricks do you have that can help us do better? Because obviously, I'm a newbie when it comes to microgreens. Hey, thanks for being part of the solution.